Welcome to today's SeafoodNews.com video, sponsored by the Alaska Seafood Marketing Institute.
It's Wednesday, May 1st. Later today, NOAA is going to issue its official report for Congress on the status of U.S. fisheries, and it's likely to show continued improvement in reducing overfishing and managing U.S. fisheries for sustainability. I think it's important not to let the terrible situation in New England color the situation nationally with rebuilt stocks, because all in all, the U.S. has probably done the best job of any country in the world of managing its fisheries for long-term sustainability. Recently, when some of the council staff in various parts of the country had suggested that there might be a U.S. eco label, this shouldn't really be laughed off, because all the elements in place are there. And just the way that the USDA certifies meat packers and organic beef and so forth, there is a rational basis for certifying U.S. fisheries as sustainable. However, that does nothing to eliminate the situation in New England, which is probably the biggest black eye that NOAA faces. What happened in New England is a real travesty. It's a travesty because of a single-minded, sort of single-species approach that's inherent in the current Magnuson Act and inherent in the way that most fisheries are managed. But when you have a mixed stock on Georgia's Bank and the Gulf of Maine, many species targeted simultaneously, all of them competing with each other for food, all of them subject to predators, and you add in changing water conditions and changing water temperatures, you have a situation where it's just not possible for all of the stocks to rebuild effectively at the same time, and you're going to have high variability. Well, NOAA's science failed to anticipate that, and as a result, the region has been totally whipsawed in terms of one year, a few years ago, having very positive news on rebuilding and harvest rates, and then the next year having that dashed and turned upside down by a new survey. Well, we all know that the surveys are not sufficiently accurate to pinpoint what's happening in the ecosystem on Georgia's Bank on a species-by-species basis. And so for that reason, despite the progress that NOAA has made, it's really important to look at reforming Magnuson in such a way as to allow for a more ecological approach in regions where it's necessary. And in New England, that obviously means greater flexibility. The problem, we're not facing overfishing anymore. That problem has been resolved. The fleet is living within its catch limits. There's hard tax set. There are management measures in place. What we're now facing is a new problem of the ecological interaction of various fish species and changing water temperatures. And Magnuson has to be updated to reflect that, so we don't have the situation we have in New England today, where the entire industry is basically being crippled because the science is lagging so far behind what's needed for a sustainable industry. In Lexington, Mass., this is John Sackton.
Today's SeafoodNews.com video was brought to you by the Alaska Seafood Marketing Institute. Alaska has been protecting wild and sustainable seafood for generations and adheres to the most recognized and internationally accepted set of guidelines written by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. For recipes and additional information, visit wildalaskaflavor.com.